Welcome to Elixir Talks. In today's episode, we will discuss everything involved in placing an offer to purchase a real estate property, the various elements of an offer, and the outcomes that can happen in a real estate negotiation. You go through steps to research and find properties which meet your family goals and investment aspirations. And finally, you find one and are ready to place an offer to purchase. At this point, your broker would prepare an agreement of purchase and sale. The buyer would generally initiate this document and send it to sellers and their broker. To completely understand the agreement of purchase and sale, APS, let us take a deep dive into various elements of an offer. The agreement should clearly identify the real estate property and the buyers and the date on which the offer was written. Details on the purchase price and the initial deposit amount. The initial deposit amount could be herewith, which means that the buyer is submitting the initial deposit draft along with the offer. Or it could be upon acceptance, which means that the buyer would submit the deposit to the listing brokerage within 24 hours of acceptance of the offer. There is no set amount of deposit that one can submit with an offer. However, in the Greater Toronto area, it is generally 5% of the purchase price. It varies based on location to location. This is also called a good faith deposit and shows the buyer's sincerity in the offer. Contingencies or conditions. There could be several contingencies which you can build into your offer. The most common ones are the finance and inspection. The general convention is for 5 business days after the offer acceptance date. The condition of finance is to ensure the buyers have enough time to work with their bank or financial institution on their formal mortgage approval against the property. The bank might go for a third-party appraisal, allowing all of that to be taken care of in this time. Especially in the saturated and dynamic markets, as it is now in the end of 2022, it is imperative to have the financial condition in the offer. The condition of inspection gives the added safety net as a buyer to get the property inspection by a qualified inspector. For example, if the condition has been placed for 5 business days, the buyer has 5 days to coordinate the inspection. Based on the feedback of the review, if there is anything material concerning the property, the offer can again be brought back to the negotiation table. Based on the agreement between seller and buyer, this renegotiation might end up in sellers agreeing to take care of the inspection feedback items, or they can agree on a rebate in the originally agreed purchase price. Inclusions and exclusions. The agreement should clearly specify all of the chattels which are included in the purchase and any exclusions of any fixtures the sellers might want to take along with them. The underlying convention of real estate offers is that the fixtures are always part of the purchase and chattels don't come with the purchase. For this reason, the chattels like fridge, stove, dishwasher, washer and dryer, etc. need to be mentioned explicitly in the offer. Completion date or closing date. This is an essential part of the offer and should be a business day, the day when buyer will receive a clear and free title to the property, and in exchange, the seller will receive the dues agreed in the APS. Irrevocability. Any offer which is made to the seller cannot be indefinite. It always will have something called irrevocability. The convention in GTA real estate is to have offers are 24 hours irrevocable, to provide enough time to the sellers to act on buyer's offer. In an inclining or sellers-oriented market, when there is established offer date, the irrevocability in multiple offer scenario is provided till midnight. The idea is that the sellers would be able to decide from the offers on the table and pick the one which suits them best. Offer registration. This is the first step when your broker places an offer for a property to the listing brokerage. There is a form 801 which is provided by ORIA and we utilize to convey that we have a signed offer in regards to a property. This offer registration form doesn't have any material aspects of the offer like purchase price, deposit amount, conditions, completion date, etc. It just has the information about who the buyer is, when the offer is sent, till what time the offer is valid, and the brokerage who is sending the offer. Offer presentation. This is the time when the main offer documents are shared and presented to the sellers and the seller's agent. It could happen in person as well as remotely too. It is always advisable to share some background information about yourself as a buyer and your financial qualification to purchase. This gives confidence to the sellers to accept your offer. The real negotiation in real estate is when both buyers and sellers feel that they are getting the value out of their sale and buy. If the offer for the purchase is accepted by the seller, and if your offer has conditions, say for example, finance for 5 business days and inspection also for 5 days, you now have the window to provide your bank or mortgage advisor with the accepted agreement copy along with your supporting documents. With this, they can initiate a formal approval at the financial institution to get your mortgage approved. Sometimes bank would hire a third-party appraiser to appraise the property as they want to ensure that you didn't overpay for the property. In parallel, you have the inspection condition where you hire a licensed home inspector and at a mutually agreeable time with the sellers, conduct the review. This is an opportunity to get the in-depth inspection done for all elements of the property, including but not limited to the foundation, electrical, plumbing, drains, appliances, roof shingles, air conditioner, furnace, attic, etc. Once you as a buyer are satisfied with the finance eligibility and you are all right with your inspection results, the next step is to provide fulfillment to the sellers. This is a document declaring that you have completed your obligations for the conditions in your initial offer and now have fulfilled those. By virtue of fulfillment, your offer now becomes a firm agreement, which is legal and binding on both sides to complete. Thanks for watching, and if you like this episode, do like and subscribe for more such content and share with your friends who might be looking to get into GTA real estate and may find this helpful. Stay motivated and I will see you soon.